Alright, this is the introductory video to using WordPress with your website, and basically I'm not going to give you a one-on-one of WordPress in every section related to WordPress and your site. However, I'll give you a little bit of tips, some reference points as far as how WordPress works, but more specifically I'm going to relate to and talk about how your backend, your administration panel is used for your site within WordPress. Alright, so first thing we want to do is be able to log in so we can make these edits. Alright, so here's the login page. Here's the admin page. Let me log out so you can actually see how we log in. What you want to do at the end of your URL is you want to type in your your URL address, and then /wp-admin. This is what we want right here. And then you'll come to this screen. Ignore this. Once your site goes live, you do not want this. Right now, it's where your site is residing, so we have to include that. But once we move your site to live, we transfer over full responsibility, it won't be here. It's going to look like this. Okay, so don't get confused, or if you have a question or a problem, I'll point that out for you. Anyways, go ahead and enter your information in. Once that happens, you'll be logged in. More than likely, you're going to see a bunch of boxes down here like this. And it looks a little bit overwhelming at first, all these items. But what I like to do is remove some of these to make it easier to use. And you can do that by clicking the Screen Options panel. Just checking or unchecking what you want or don't want. I like my setup nice and easy and clean. Over on the left is the main toolbar. This is how you navigate in between different sections. Whether that's your photo gallery or your actual pages or your testimonials, etc. That's all done through this. First thing I want to actually show you to kind of get your feet wet is adding users, adding people who can actually maintain and edit your site. So if I come to users, whoops, wrong button, sorry about that. We'll see one user, that's the main admin, that's me. And a quick point, right now it's got my email address, of course. Down the road, more than likely you're going to want to change that. More than likely you're going to want to change credentials, meaning change the password. Okay, never ever delete this. I cannot stress that enough. Never delete this admin, this user right here. This is your main user. For when WordPress was created, it asks you to create a main user. If you delete this, your whole site goes down, and then we got to rebuild your site. All right. However, you can change the email. You can change the password. So to do that, we just want to click Edit. And then what you can come and do is change out the email address, and then here's your password. And then you can update that. But again, don't delete this out. Now if we want to add a new user, we can click Add New. Now these other subsequential users, those can be deleted. You can delete those and you're okay. The only problem with that is if a user has created blog posts, if you're deleting him or her, you'll have to assign those blog posts to somebody else. But that's probably rare that that's going to happen, if not happen at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a user. I'm going to do one for Lori. So here's a username. We have to have an email address. You can only use an email address once. Alright, you can fill this other stuff out if you need to, but we don't have to. I'm going to give you a generic password. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you come back and update this password and try to do something remotely difficult. WordPress is, you can be hacked if you have an easy access to the back end of your site. Next, we want to do administrator. Administrator makes sure that that you can edit every section of the site. If I choose something else like editor, then I can't edit some of these sections. So we're going to make sure that you can edit the site. So do that by selecting administrator. Add new. Okay, one and done. Now we have Lori. Look at that. You got your little avatar in there, gravatar, whatnot. You're ready to rock and roll, and we are set. And that is going to do it for this video. I typically try to keep them anywhere from 2 to 6 minutes. I don't want to get too long for each one. So I'll catch you on the next one.